Hi, Emma.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm tired today and really good.
Excellent. Whew, I don't know if Sharon will join us today.
Is she busy with something else?
Yesterday was her birthday,
Mm-hmm.
so she was holding the possibility of more celebrations open.
That would be great.
It would be great.
So how are you doing with them? Are you settled into your new place?
I am. I kind of realized it this morning. I was looking around going, this looks like a lived-in place. So yeah, I like it here. I feel pretty content. Hi, Angelique.
Hi, Angelique.
Hi. Hi there.
Are you at home or are you traveling?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm at home.
Oh,
I'm
good.
at home. I'm not traveling yet. No, I'm intent to have some days off, but I'm not sure when because everything is full booked. So
Oh, okay.
you have to find the last minute somewhere and not flying because I don't want to fly.
Sure.
And there are all COVID rules everywhere. So I'm not sure yet where we're going, but yeah.
Right next door to me is a little motel. And the gentleman who owns it said that all but 65% of his bookings for August and September canceled.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot.
It
Because
is.
of COVID, because of, yeah, really.
Because of the new, I haven't heard much about Europe. Are the cases climbing there as well?
Well, in the Netherlands, we are code red. And in Belgium, which is below, is yellow.
Okay.
And in Germany, it depends. It's some areas are really strict and code red, and others are green, and others are yellow. It's a larger country, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's difficult to journey because they ask for what you call it, a vaccine permit.
Oh, the proof. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not vaccinated, so I don't know. I can come in when I show that I'm negative, that I don't have anything. But when you come back, you have to test again.
Right.
So if you only go for 3 or 4 days, I mean, yeah, better stay home then.
And are there places within the country where you would want to stay, or do you want to travel outside?
Yeah, there are, but it's all full booked because I'm not the only one who wants that. But yeah.
Are there many people in the Netherlands who are not getting vaccinated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It
Uh-oh.
depends. It differs. It's well, many youngsters also, but they are with everything they're doing, they do a test before they go, or that. So yeah.
Welcome.
I just come in to say hello and make sure you are okay because I gotta go lay down. Hi, everybody. Okay.
Happy birthday. Just a happy birthday.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for holding space. Bye, love.
Absolutely.
Bye.
I'm going to make you host, Emma.
Okay.
When I leave, it won't take everybody away. Okay. Lots of love. Bye, love.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Ashley.
Whew. So how is everybody? We've just been chatting.
Good.
Yeah, good. I am so filled with joy, I can't see straight. My daughter's pregnant. IVF was a take. And yeah,
Is this Audrey or
Oh, no, this is Jillian.
Jillian?
Yeah.
Okay,
She is the mother of my grandson, so this will be number
Okay.
2 for her.
oh, how wonderful.
So amazing, Arlie. Congratulations to everybody just holding hold. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yep. I'm over the moon, so.
Yeah, that's so great. Very fun.
Amazing.
When is she due?
She'll be due at the end of April. I mean, literally, because it's IVF, we know when the implantation took place. So, yeah.
And you won't know for a while if there's multiples, right? You won't know for,
Oh,
Okay.
here in New Zealand, they will not implant 2 eggs. They implant 1 egg. So if she has multiples, it will be a natural splitting of the 1 egg. It'll be identicals. So,
I love New Zealand. Wow, that's great. So there's no surprise there. I mean, there could be, but it's a natural surprise.
but it would be a natural surprise, right? Yep. Yep, they don't go for this multiples thing because of the higher risk of complications. So,
Mhm.
Oh, relation.
Sounds
Yeah.
very exciting.
yep, so long as this little being decides that it wants to experience a full Earth life, we're good to go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's still a lot of free agency there that, but
Yeah,
I'm over the moon at the moment.
Yes. Exactly.
wonderful. Well, it's 5 o'clock. Are we ready?
Yeah.
5 o'clock here. It's different times wherever each of you are.
9 a.m.
Okay, that's not horrific.
It's 11 p.m. here.
That's betting on a little late. All right,
Yeah.
so let's settle into where we're sitting and begin to follow the breath and notice it as it moves into your body, filling your lungs, expanding your belly, and then release. Just gently, naturally let it go. And continue to follow that breath as you begin to ground into your body, feeling the bottom of your feet, your ankles and knees, feeling your hips and your bottom as it settles into whatever it might be upon. Feel the strength of your back and the flexibility of your neck, and let the top of your head reach up to your soul star chakra, and allow that energy to pour down through the midline of your body, enlivening, energizing, enlightening every cell in your body. And know that you are now surrounded with your sisters here in this circle, those who are present today and those who are with us in spirit. Know that you are surrounded and cocooned by those who are in our spaces in the non-physical. Know that you are empowered. Know that you are sovereign in your space. And continue to breathe and allow the energy of the universe to inform you why you are here today, sitting in circle with these sisters, claiming your sovereignty, claiming your power. And remember that for millennia, we have been forbidden the use of our voice of authority. And now that it has been rediscovered, reanimated, reclaimed, we have that right and we have that responsibility to call out whatever we see in our personal lives, social lives, whatever we see in our communities or around the world. We have that authority and responsibility to call it out and call in the PTO and to call out Deep Six. So take a few more breaths. Center yourself in your body. And as you are ready, open your eyes to see your sisters here. And so let's start just with a quick check-in and just who we are and where we are and what quality we want to shine into the circle. And so I will begin. I'm Emma in Williamstown, Massachusetts. And the quality that I would like to shine into the circle today is sisterhood and connection. I will call on Kelly.
Hello, hello. Kelly here from Portland, Oregon. And what I want to bring in is showing up and being a mirror of unconditional love. And Harley, I will tag you.
I'm Arlie in New Zealand, and the quality I would like to bring in today is the ability to feel our power, to know that our strength is real. When we call for things to happen, they happen. And I would like to call on Audrey.
Hi, I'm Audrey and I'm from Pennsylvania, and today I call on clarity and compassion for the journey for ourselves and others around us. And I call on Cinda.
Thank you, Cinda, just south of Portland, Oregon, and I'd like to call in the power of the truth. And I'll call on Angelique.
Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here and see you all again from the Netherlands. And I bring into the circle gratitude. And I go to Sue.
Thank you. I am Sue from Issaquah, Washington, just out of Seattle. And I want to call in the quality of trusting that it's safe to claim our power now. And I'll call on Linda.
Thank you. I'm Linda Savage from San Diego, California. And I want to say I would call in everything you each said. But I'll add the infinite intelligence.
Take a moment and close your eyes again and just listen to what we've called into this circle and see how it resonates within you. We've called in the connection of sisterhood, showing up with unconditional love, feeling our power, knowing our strength is real, clarity and compassion for the journey, truth, gratitude, trusting that it is safe to claim our power now, and infinite intelligence. And so let's go around the circle one more time, and I invite you to think about something you may have encountered in the past week, or some things, whether it's in your own personal life, or in your family or community, or something around the world. You don't have to name it into the circle, but just to say, I would like to put, like for myself, there are 3 things specific. 1 is personal and 2 are global that I would like to put into our circle today for healing and empowerment. And so if anyone else is moved to do that, just popcorn in.
For me, it's about healing this huge rift that's going on in our country and probably others, and people naming each other the bad ones.
Thank you.
Um, 2 days ago, I was trying to reach my very best girlfriend by iPad. She is not technologically savvy, so her daughter had set it up. Apparently, her daughter set up 2 iPads, one at her house and one at my girlfriend's house. So when I tried to call her on FaceTime, I got the daughter, who is in one of Sharon's classes, gets the cosmology, so on and so forth. And she was telling me that she feels really drawn to work on North Korea and on healing all that energy there and using the PTO and guardian, and we brainstormed for a while on what would be a reasonable approach to this, guardianship circle, call in the PTO, lada. So this morning I was doing that and feeling like a thing was happening. And I happened to look over and see Kim Jong-un over on the side and this huge black thing behind him, which at first I was like, oh my God, it's a black magician, and I got all like that. And then I remembered something that Sharon had said just the other day, which is when you see something like that, you look at it and you say, I know you, I know who you are. And then you call in the PTO, you use the regular process on it, send it back to source. I did that this morning, and that's why I'm feeling pretty powerful today, because it left. So I thought I would bring that into the circle.
Thank you.
I'd like to bring in 4 things into the circle. One to the end of religious grids, 2 the end of the Good Old Boys Club, and 2 other things, please.
I love to stand still by the fact that the Taliban has taken over, and I can't say the word. Jesus help me. Afghanistan, yes. And where I want to pay attention on is that all women there need our health and our power and our strength, because they will fall back in a state of really, bad state of being. So I really want to pray for them and pay attention on their well-being. So this is what I want to bring into the circle.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Kelly, did you?
Echoing so much of what everybody has said already, but bringing in consistently showing up in unconditional love and seeing the payoffs 15 years later. To always show up regardless. And just let the universe see it, bear witness to it, and watch the gifts unfold. Because it works just standing in your truth. And with that, bringing in the gloriousness of what that means, and then also placing 4 or 5 people into the circle for health.
Thank you.
And I would love to bring in 10 people in this circle. Thank you.
And I forgot to bring in 5 people in the circle for healing and health.
And I'm going to bring 3 people into the circle for healing.
I'd like to bring in 6 people for healing and health, please.
Do we feel complete, or does anyone else want to share? All right, so this is a time where we go off and journey and see where we collaborate with our teams to either be taken or be guided, depending on whether we have a particular destination in mind or whether we're super duper curious about what they want to show us. And so I think we're all pretty good at leading ourselves into the journey space. And so fly free and return when you are ready. Blessings on your journeys. And Audrey, we're gonna gently move into the sharing session. Are you? Okay. Linda, would you like to begin?
Did you say Cinda or Linda?
Linda, yeah, Linda, sorry.
Thank you. I was like, well, that's similar. I was experiencing, sometimes I thought it was in front of me, sometimes I felt it was enveloping me with this huge column of green. And what I could see is something I experienced this morning outside with my plumeria, and the bees just so doing what they do. And then these amazing green plants and trees that are all around. And what I got was they're supporting us. And they've got power. I'm complete. Is this a tagging thing? Okay, I'll go with Cinda.
So, oh, Linda, that's beautiful. I want to sit and hold that image because I've been feeling that. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Lovely. So, try not to watch the news, but even in my social media threads, there's all this stuff about Afghanistan. And so I just decided to do the traditional teachings of this group where we travel back in time and try to figure out where the seeds were planted and where the shitstorm in the Middle East happened. And of course, biblical, even more ancient, all the way back to Egypt with Cleopatra maybe, but not quite Egypt, and even further back. And without knowing my history or the years, it almost went back to almost Atlantean times or something, except that it was in the Middle East. And I was just trying to figure, okay, so now how do we help these people? How do we help them? And I was shown that they planted these crystals in the ground in a grid that they and then they connected it so it almost looked like a crystalline igloo in the middle of the desert, and it had a vacuum, and they called the women and the children, and it was calling the women and the children. So it was almost this invisible crystalline grid that called in, just like this vacuum, and called in the women of the era, the women of the time, and they came and they fed them information about unite, be strong, be wise, be empowered, stand up for yourself. And it was just this cycle, this vacuum that these women and children came in by the thousands and then exited, and they kept coming. It was really interesting. And then I decided to travel through time, and I just did deep six. I was trying to collapse the time, deep six. I was really with authority, trying to overrule and overpower those that are destroying life there. And anyway, deep six. And then I did reality statements of a Middle East that served the majority and served the people and kept the women and children safe. It was just really interesting. It's a part of the world I don't know anything about, so I just had to trust where I was guided from and guided to. And then coming into the forefront, and then really truly doing kind of like what Arlie said with North Korea guy, is just look for the darkness and get rid of it. And then really truly collapsing time upon itself so that the people and the Afghan government will rise and be safe in doing so, and the Taliban will back down and leave. So anyway, that's what I did. Arlie.
When my girlfriend's daughter first suggested North Korea, Afghanistan came to mind. And I was thinking, you know, Sharon says we can use one thing as a surrogate for another. And I had tried to tie Afghanistan healing to what I was trying to do for North Korea, which I had committed to. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't make them feel like they were together. But I had committed to doing Afghanistan next. So now that all of these we women are looking at Afghanistan, I'm once again fired up and excited. But that wasn't my journey. So when I started journeying, I was shown water, and water in bodies, and you know, my daughter's newly pregnant. So of course I was thinking, oh, this is a womb journey. No, it was not a womb journey. I was then taken out and shown the harbor. And I was told very clearly that water wants to be involved with the healing of North Korea. And I saw monsoon type rains washing away all the negative emotions, and the pain and the sorrow that the people have been going through, and evaporated water lifting these emotions up to the sun rather than washing them into the sea. And, you know, all these images of how water could help went through. And then wind came in and said that it wanted to be involved. And I saw it blowing. My cosmology is Native American. So the wind was blowing smudge, clearing smudge energy over it. Wind, of course, is also associated with new ideas coming in, new ways of being, new ways of doing things. So while I'm watching all this wind, suddenly the four directions, you know, I hear them speak in the quadruplicate voice of the four directions. And at that point, I just kind of threw my hands in the air and said, it's a party, everybody. So the four directions, earth, wind, fire, water, elementals, everything came in, and I just saw this glorious mash of energies working over North Korea. It was a party of all different modalities. So I left them all working and partying there so I could come back on time. And right here in this group, I'm going to commit to working on Afghanistan in the same way, or actually the whole Middle East, and that whole view of women as being dogs and should lead dog lives compared to men. I commit to doing that this afternoon. So on that note, I would like to call on Sue.
Thank you, Arlie. That was very powerful. So I was ready to journey somewhere. And I was shown that's not what I'm here to do. So I feel like I lost my connection to powerful meditations. I don't know, a few weeks ago. And I haven't had a really powerful meditation for quite a while. But this time it all came back, and I was told I need to go in. My work is in a powerful meditation, and it showed me the ocean. And it showed me an ocean that is quiet and calm, and it looks peaceful. But an ocean has the power, it can destroy a city, a country, a continent. It is that powerful. And that I am to be still and to be quiet and to feel and allow that power in calm and not use it for anything, just feel it. And then I remembered there, oh my gosh, 20, 30 years ago, that would just overtake me and something amazing would happen through me. I watched it happen. I didn't make it happen. I watched it happen. And so again, I'm being told my work is to be quiet, to be still, and to allow the power to come through. And okay. Okay, I said I wanted to claim my power. I've said and today it feels like we're all ready to go another level of claiming our power. Oh my gosh, it's so strong. So I feel like I have gone the next step, gone the next level, and I am complete. Kelly?
So basically just swimming in the consciousness of the universe. And in doing so, recognizing like the vascular system. And I had a dream of that recently where I was in the vascular system of the universe. And when I was in the vascular system of the universe, I would be traveling through all these little through the blood, I don't know, whatever the terms are, capillaries, blood veins, whatever they are. But I would see these little nets of, I guess you would look at them as a clot, but not necessarily a clot, but they were just these little nets, like a knot of hair is what it would look like. And then as I would travel, I could incorporate or dissolve that knot of hair, and then I could keep on traveling. So I'd come across a knot and I'd do my magic, go away, and I'd be able to keep on going. So just being in that space a lot since last week, but back in there today, and just through the universal consciousness, and then recognizing that the power, of course, within each of our awakened energetic fields, that we can, within that awareness, manipulate matter into what we want it to be and or look like. So for instance, showing me, which I've been playing with anyway, but really showing me how to take a water bottle, work with it, and warp it 10 feet away, 5 feet away with my hands. So they're showing me, I've been really calling that in, as I want to physically see matter shift based on my energetic ability, based on my mastering my field, so I can implement a material shift visually. So they showed me more and more to keep on doing what I was doing to facilitate that, and then to find people across the country or wherever that I can focus on an object somewhere in their space, and that I'll be able to make that object shift. So they showed me this. So I take that into account across all time space based on these horrible situations that we are having play out. So how can I energetically work with that as well, as far as to shift, help shift or move or bring wind in or whatever to support and negate those negative energies. But one of these days, I'm going to have a plastic bottle sitting across that room, and I'm going to be looking at it and thinking of it, and it's going to shrivel and morph. That's where I'm at. I'm going to master that piece. So I am complete. Audrey.
Okay, so I started off with deep sixing sadness and fear over messages I receive and them coming true, because they're coming through for a reason. And I called in a greater awareness of the messages and without remorse or fear. And then I was on a cliff and I had a vision and breath work about these crystal skulls coming to me, and here they were again. So I had a crystal skull come into me, into my field, into me, into my head, into my being, and then a black obsidian skull come into me, downloading all these codes and programs into my awareness. And then there was an aquamarine skull that presented itself to me, and it came to my forehead, and the nose indent came to my nose, and it was about seeing with clear vision, clear eyes, clear knowing, seeing things beyond the veils, clear vision, total clear vision in the cosmos, for the humanity, for the planet. And I was actually clear vision of all possibilities as well. And I was asked to blow this information into your third eyes. So if you would want that, they have guided me to blow that into your third eye. So with that, never done this before, so I'm just going to go with the guidance that they're giving me. And I am complete. And Angelique.
Thank you, Audrey. Thank you. I found myself standing in the center of a large grassland, and at the count of 3, taking off into space, traveling wide and far, and looking down to the Mother Earth and seeing her fading away faster and faster. I was with my team, and countless other women were with their team as well. And we all have the same focus on this journey, which is to weave a new layer of all colors and sparkling bright crystalline grid stardust around the globe, and working like a field. This is working like a shield and a filter. And we are wearing kind of moon suits and have little motors where we place ourselves with. And we are coming together. It's like, yeah, you see this when you are diving, flying in the air, and everybody gives themselves hands and connect with the feet and the hands, so they form like a web around the globe. And it's beautiful, really beautiful. And let's see, we weave this new layer of stardust and coloring and crystalline light around the globe, and it's working like a shield of transparent light. And this light is coming to the earth to make humanity and to make us remember of the light we are holding inside. And we are able and need to lift the quality and potential of our own light and each other's light, or inner light. And by opening ourselves to this new layer of abundant, fresh, and crystalline energy, it works as a universal healing force. I am complete. Thank you. And I go to, I don't know who wasn't Emma, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
So I am led to a deep cavern with an even deeper lake. I thought it was boiling water, but it was boiling lava at its center. And then I see other women coming into the cavern from other pathways along with their teams in non-physical. And I notice that these are all healing teams. And our initial intention is to soothe the lava. And I stop everyone and I call a circle. And I ask, is this what we've been doing for millennia? Soothing the burning rather than addressing what is the foundation of it. And so we all agree that we do not know what's at the core of this burning lava. It's contained within the cavern. It feels like latent power that has been buried deep. And so we ask for a way to observe the source, and stairs emerge that circle the lava pool, kind of like a spiral going down. Some of us begin the descent, others stay to observe the pool. It's a long way down. We're watchful. We talk with our teams, and they're as curious as we are. But the bottom is a box. It's kind of like an old-fashioned trunk. I think about Pandora's box, but that's not what this is. It's leaking, and the slow leak of millennia have formed the lava pool. We are aware then it is the latent power of women. We don't need to open it and destroy ourselves or others. We see that we can now use the power of this fiery earth energy for ourselves, for our projects, for our protection, for our growth. And so we return to our sisters at the surface and tell them. And then each of us returns the way we arrived to share with our communities. The power is there, has always been there, and we can now access and use it as we see fit. So that was unexpected and delightful. You guys probably know I watch a lot of news through Twitter. And so I've been keeping an eye on Afghanistan. And what I notice is the intense energy that's being put forth to blame non-Afghanis. Actually, that's the name of their coin. People who aren't from who are not from Afghanistan, and to blame the people of Afghanistan. And it's all a big blame game. And yes, there's terrible, sad things happening, but I'm seeing it as a, it's almost like the parasitics are putting on a play for us so that we get distracted from the core issue, which is them. And to keep our focus on the, whenever I kind of talk to myself about parasitics, it's the energies, entities, influences, and agendas that they are putting forth in order to create their own kind of version of a lava pool, right, in this one particular country, or, you know, in North Korea, or with the Uyghurs in Western China, or wherever it is, with what's going on in Haiti right now, and this, you know, ongoing, almost never-ending physical tragedy that the people of that country experience. And is real. Obviously, there are real humans, and I think about Sharon talking about how some of us have these contracts to experience parasitic energies in a way that's big enough for others to see it and clear it, and how that those contracts are now over and finished, and to shift our attention from the little picture to the bigger picture. So that's what's been, as I kind of sit with it and contemplate it, and every time I feel like I'm gonna start raging on Twitter to shut it down and come back to center again. But that was some of the insights that I've been getting about this one particular situation, as it is, like you were saying, Arlie, as it's a surrogate for so many others. It's just a surrogate in a super big way. And just to be aware of all the pointing fingers. It's you, no, it's you, no, it's you, no, it's you. And it's not us. And that's another new big game that's coming in. People who are saying it's all our fault, right? But it's not. And so, this is, for me, it's a beautiful way to use this lava energy to burn away the parasitic influences. So, would anyone else like to speak or share or sing a song? Seriously, songs are good.
No, but thank you, Emma. That's very helpful and beautiful. And I also love your vision of the box that's leaking, and instead of destroying the box and killing your cells, let's utilize the power that's coming out of it. So
Right.
that's smart.
So a quick little update, because I know I shared with you guys that really horrific diagnosis that I received. And I got an email today from the psychologist who said that he's taking all of that out of the diagnosis report, and that he is in complete agreement with me that for whatever reason, that it was in no way a reflection of who I am. And so that was really good. So
Congratulations, that's huge.
Congratulations.
Great.
Yes.
thank you.
May I-
I have a daughter who's in the situation of needing testing, and I took the information that you gave us and told her to look it up and use that information in any way she thinks might help her. Thank you so much for sharing that. I think this is going to help my eldest, so thanks.
Sure, and tell her, feel free to share my email with her. I'm happy to chat with her in any kind of detail she's interested in.
Wonderful.
Sure.
Thanks.
Sue, you were gonna?
So while I'm listening, I love all the images everyone had. I love images. And one of the things that came in really strong while everyone was talking was that if I stay off the news, I stay out of being distracted. If I stay off the news, my energy doesn't go from being empowered through the power from the field of love into anger, because anger and fear rob me of all my power. And it's not about putting my head in the sand and avoiding what's going on. It's about avoiding being robbed of the power. And if I stay with it, then I am adding to the consciousness of having courage, being the spiritual truth, doing our work and not being diminished. And oh, then what I saw was a whole wave of people who may leave the planet because they have been victimized. They're done being a victim, and they may just leave, but they'll come right back. It's like being in a game of love and dark, light and dark, and they can't, on a human way, see a way out of the struggle of the war of good and evil. And they may just die, fall down dead, or go to sleep. But when they get to the other side, they realized the limitations, pull in the spiritual power and come back with it. Instead of starting all over and learning what spiritual power is, what female power is, they'll come in with it. And they come in empowered, and they come in empowered with the knowledge that I can keep it. And that just made me want to cry. So if a lot of people just start dying all over the world, it's the people who can't figure out how to not be victimized anymore. And they just quit the game. They just quit the game. And it's so shocking to the bullies that it disrupts their power over, because so many, and it's disruptive, and they don't know what to do. I mean, if a lot of women die, then a lot of men have to go, what is happening? Who am I going to take my anger out on? So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But the light is winning, and the force field is love and balance and harmony and well-being. So that's the bigger picture I'm holding on to. Thank you.
Thank you. Wouldn't it be super awesome if all of these women's kind of sidestepped and booted out? They just kind of were walk-ins for all of these men or whoever, right? Like, just, I'm just gonna, jump ship into this one. So. Anyone else want to share? Kelly?
May I inquire, and you can say no, of course, but I don't know of your health diagnosis if you choose to share. If not, that's okay.
It was, I wanted to be tested for autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took a whole boatload of tests.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have, so yes, autism, ADD, anxiety, well, sure, because, this is an anxious world. But what another test that he gave me, and Linda, you probably know this one, is the MMPI, which is the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, which was developed in the 1930s on farmers from Minnesota. So that's what we use as a primary diagnostic tool for serious mental illness. And so what it came back with was all sorts of pretty serious diagnoses, starting with personality disorder. And that I use other people, that I don't have compassion, that and that I am probably a serious alcoholic and drug addict, which was like, all right, well, I've had a bottle of bourbon for 2 years sitting in my cabinets from place to place, and I've opened it once. So I said, this is a terrible test, and it shouldn't be used on anybody. But B, people are going to read this and they're going to make assumptions about me, and that's not okay. And so he agreed to take it off the report entirely. And so I'm very grateful. Yeah. Thank you for asking, Ellie.
And thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Angelique?
Yes, I'm not sure whether I may have missed an email you have sent, Emma, did you?
No, it was in one of the Monday conversations.
Yeah,
It was a Monday
I was
conversation.
there. I was there, but I thought maybe I missed a mail afterwards, but no, that's okay. Yeah, I was with you and still am. Yeah, thank you. Hmm.
Just to let you know, Emma, there's so many people like myself in this field who don't use testing at all because it's all based on some interesting backstories that we really don't want to continue.
Fair enough. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, as someone who, like, my degree's in psychology, one of my
Right.
degrees, right? And so, like, I knew it, and then that part of me that's like, that would be interesting, not understanding, like, that would also be, like, it took me a little bit to recover from, because of the way that it's presented. Emma is.
Right.
It's not like, it's like, there's statements. And so for what kind of came out of the group discussion here was how damaging it is. Like, I'm fortunate, so I can be like that surrogate for people who are taking these tests and don't know anything about them,
Right.
and believe what they're doing and understand, to sort of remove the damage of even having, like you said, even having to take these tests.
Right.
Thank you.
So glad that he went, okay, I'll kick it out, because it shouldn't be used. Their
I think
norms,
he's a
all
good
of it was
guy. Yeah.
really
I
bad.
think he's a good guy, but there, I mean, and maybe you don't have to deal with this, but I think part of it is that insurance will pay for that. He's a diagnostician. That's what he does. He's not a therapist.
Right.
And so that's what insurance pays for. And so there's a sense of, you know, people want to understand, and there's not a lot of tools that are valid. It's a thorny situation.
Yeah, and the reason insurance will do that is that there's a lot of support from pharmaceutical companies, because then they can give more drugs. And we all know that this is a racket. We do. So I'm sorry you got caught in it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. And just like the primary tool for autism is, you know, whatever that terrible therapy is that's so abusive to children.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I'm an adult, and I just wanted that affirmed, not treated.
Yeah.
So anything else people want to hop in and share?
I would like
Oh,
to have, sorry,
go ahead.
I would like everybody's email addresses. I don't have everybody's email address. Is there a way to get those?
It should be, Sharon should have sent it out, or there should be a list that's been circulated a number of times. Are you on the what's that thing called?
Decided to just do Slack. That was my
Yeah.
ask, but I'm not in every call, so I don't know.
Yes, Slack. Are
No,
you on Slack?
I'm
I'm looking here. I don't see you.
not with this group. I don't think I am.
So
And-
ask Sharon to invite you to the Slack group, and that way you can contact everybody.
Okay, you're right. That would work. Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Sure. Arlie, congratulations. Are we
Yeah, I'm
complete?
over the moon. Let me share the joy with all of you.
Yeah.
Heartfelt joy just being pushed out. There is enough.
Life finds a way.
Mm.
We'll have a wonderful week. And I will see you next Monday.
Thank you, Emma. This was wonderful, fantastic.
I love
Um,
being with all of you.
Love you. too.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you.
Emma. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.